2020. Are you ready?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 4 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes. We are here in Lancashire, just on the outskirts of Wigan at Three Sisters. This is a very popular track with the mini bike crowd, back here once again on this brutally fast circuit, and we are looking towards a good afternoon's racing. My name is Chris Sora, delighted to...
Group B action then here for the Pitbike spare and stocks. It is going to be the bottom half of the grid looking to try and make a push in a championship for those 14 plus, which at the moment is led by Ryan Tyres. But those riders will be looking to try and make sure that the best opportunity is there available for them here. Points definitely going to be on the offing for this one. And what's going to be very, very crucial and very, very key here, Chris, as we look over towards this, is actually how sunny these conditions are today. Because we got that 20 degrees, we got that really, really unseasonably hot track, which we've been looking at today and going, well, what are they going to be worrying about? I wouldn't say they would be worrying about too much. They've just got to hope that they've got a tyre that's going to really last underneath them.
Let's hope so. Like you say, it is unseasonably warm weather, as Ian Wareham says. Sunny Wigan. Now, every time I've been here, it's been a bit cold and a bit miserable, so it's nice to have some good weather here. And shout out to Ritesh as well, all the way from India, who's watching this race. So we know that this stream gets far and wide, so nice to see we've got some viewers from overseas yet again watching this round of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes. And a shout out to Connor Wyatt as well from Frank Turner. Everyone back in Drayton shouted for him. So, Jake, talk us through the grid of Group B.
Ben Johnson then, 104.804, the pole position with Dean Quincy alongside. Following that is Michael Neelands and Dervin Elaine then making up row 2. Row C sees Jamie Goffin and Nathan Smith. As we look over towards the next page, Nathan Gardner and Stu Bearson then making row 4. Tom White and Kira Williamson make out the top 10, with Mark James Cockfield and Ben Riley making up the 12. Gaz Pearson starts from 13th and Thomas Parry in 14th, with Taylor Garner-Cook and Brett Neesham then 15th and 16th. Tommy Champion will go from 17th place with Christian Edwards in 18th, with Dean Widowson in 19th and Matty McCarthy there going from 20th position. Darren Hall and Chris Meller make up the next row, then row 11. All of these no times. Julian Gromet there in 23rd and Dan Merrin in 24th position. Final few riders we are seeing right now: William Horner, Matthew Wood, Billy Pearson, and of course Craig Scollin as well. Ryan Tyres didn't set a time, so that's not going to be ideal. And Stephen Tempest there in 30th position. Mark Jarrett rounding everything out in 31st.
Well done there, Jake. We had a lot of reading to do there, because yet again there's a good group of riders. 31 riders scheduled to take to the grid for this first moto of the day for the Pitbike Spares Stock 160 Group B. Interesting looking at that grid is that there are some fairly decent names in this group who didn't set a time in qualifying, and they will start right at the back. As you can see on the screen here, we go straight from the grid. Some of these tracks, of course, we see on the calendar as a fairly decent start straight. Here, it's rather unique here at Three Sisters. There's barely any start straight at all. You are straight into the first corner, which means, of course, for those guys at the back of the field, they're going to be trading paint, battling handlebars, and already are going to be at a disadvantage on that first corner.
And that first corner, of course, really does arrive quickly. So those who are a little bit further back when it comes to grid slots, so to speak, they might have a better run into that opening section. It's all about launch going towards that opening corner, and it's all about who has got exactly what it needs to try and make that good run. You've got that ability to attack at turn 2 as well through Lucy's Valley. It's going to be all about working that momentum, but pick for the win.
Oh, it could be anybody in this group. I think Ben Johnson, Tom White, certainly riders to look out for. A bit further back, Dean Quincy we've seen him have his moments as well. He's starting pretty far back, though, on the 287. He's got a bit of work to do, so we'll see how he gets on. There could be any one, about 5 or 6 here. The thing is with this Group B, I think, is it's a very close class. There's so many decent riders. As we touched on this morning before the racing got underway, to stock formula as well, so there's not much to choose between the bikes. As we're going to get underway. Visors down. The flag is about to drop. And, yeah, I think here we go as the flag drops. Racing gets underway. This could be a very close one. Oh, trouble.
Big trouble there from about 5th, 6th position there as they went on through, and that was going to make life very, very difficult. It's the 2-2-1 that is clear at the moment in terms of bike number, and that will be Christian Edwards then, who will be at the front then as they get on going. A nice start then from the majority, and wiggle, 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 we're just about saving it there on the bike there, going up turn 2, in towards the S's of 3. It seems like everyone has left the starting grid then at this point in time, but making some good progress then in the early goings right now into Lunar Bend.
Lovely start there. Everyone's staying out of trouble, and it looks like the number 22, Ben Johnson, has got away at the front. Dean Quincy's got to drive down the Conrad Straight. Dervin Alain's also starting well. That's we've seen him in the commentary box for the pundit, you might say, of the Rich Energy BMB series. He's got away very well indeed, actually, in 3rd position. Michael Nillens and Nathan Smith in there as well. They go charging down the straight for the first time, down to the first corner, and a bit of a close midfield battle here as that's just on the edge of the top 10. I think maybe Kira Williamson and Ben Riley in there as well, all very close towards the edge of the top 10. Dervin Alain's got a good start, and Dean Quincy looking threatening.
Absolutely, we're seeing some brilliant battling going on then in the early stages of this one. This is for 6th place on backwards here. Got likes of White and Bearson, Riley, Williamson all in there, but now you start to see then just how everyone is just starting to think about, okay, what's next at the moment? Top 2 broken away at the moment. There is the 287, and that is Quincy back through into the lead, but that looks like Neelan's trying to get a little bit further forward.
Yeah, Neelan's looking good. He's on the back here of Dervin Alain on the 188 on the bike there. Riding, he's got a couple of machines there, but it looks like he's on possibly on the Avali machines. Quincy now taking the lead. Let's have a look at Neelan's here as he has a look at the back of Dervin Alain. That's Alain with the yellow and black riding leathers, and certainly Neelan's has got a toe here coming down the hill. He's got to get this braking point right. There's the race leader, Quincy. And Alain claims that 3rd position, holds on to the position there. Johnson in 2nd, the early race leader. Still a long way to go in this race. All the action on the edge of the top 10. You'll see the riders coming through now. We've got Smith, White, Bearson, Riley, Williamson, all on the edge of the top 10, and a very close battle.
A very, very close battle indeed, as we are unable to pick up who's in 10th place at the moment. But what we do have is Quincy, Johnson, Alain and Neelan's. Now, these 2 riders have to almost play cooperation here. They want the best place possible, but the best way they're going to be able to do that at the moment here, Chris, is by not battling each other right now. They've just got to stay calm, work together on some quick laps. They've got 8 laps to work with. If they can pull onto the back of Johnson and Quincy, then that is happy days, as they will be looking at maybe an opportunity to fight for a race victory instead of having maybe a battle only for a podium in 3rd.
Yeah, that's right, and we just saw on the camera the panning angle there that Alain is actually closing up on the 2 leaders. I think, it looks like Quincy seemed to have lost a bit of momentum there as Johnson takes the lead. Now, like you say, the 3rd and 4th place battle here as Johnson goes back into the lead. They've done well there. They haven't battled, they haven't been chopping each other up, and they've just pushed each other on. As Alain goes down into 2nd place, Quincy seems to have hit some trouble. He's really dropped off the pace, whether he's made a mistake and just trying to regain his composure. Alain's getting involved in this one in 3rd place, just watching his Neelan's in 4th. So now, all of a sudden, we have got a 4-way scrap for the lead in the space of 1 lap. Those 3rd and 4th place riders doing very well there, just to push each other on, and now battling for the lead.
It's almost like tiptoe through the windows right now. They'll be hoping just to make sure that they're in it for the end at this point, but they're just trying to maybe sight out, okay, what have you got potentially that I need to worry about? Big wide line taken then by Quincy, trying to get on through. Dean Quincy trying to attack, but ultimately, now get as low as you possibly can on the bike. Make yourself as streamlined as possible then. Up the rise they go here at Pentith, and now they start to think about, okay, who's maybe best placed down the hill, over the Coward Summit. The big wide line again from the 287. This is where brakes are truly tested. Downhill, the gravity not helping, but what a run out to the exit that Quincy's going to have. Johnson has just about covered it though at turn 1, and just like that, it's now another little look around the outside. Inside for 2 is coming.
Here he comes. Quincy's got the line into the corner and block pass there on Johnson to take the lead. Nice little work there from Dean Quincy, who was in second place. Pretty much had that pass sewn up on the approach to the final corner, taking a wide sweep all the way through. And, well, he's got a lovely run there on that first half lap, already pulling away from Johnson, and Dervin Elaine looking threatening in third place. Incidentally, the fourth place rider, Michael Nealons, a couple of laps ago set the fastest lap of the race. He's watching in fourth. Nealons, they will just see him on the back there with the black leathers, starting to look down the inside. There's Elaine side by side almost with Johnson. Now Quincy has pulled away. Elaine with a nice move through Pentith Corner up to the top of the hill, and Dervin Elaine, he's starting to look threatening now as he comes down to the final corner. Quincy's got the racing line, but lovely move down the inside from Dervin Elaine. He's got to try and block past there, but oh, he couldn't quite do it. Well, Elaine going for the block pass didn't quite come off.
And has to cover now from second position all of a sudden, because Johnson would definitely want a way back in. And, well, it's all about now which way do you look here. Bearson's just jumped up into fifth place as well in the 07. This is the pack just behind as well. So we've got many, many battles going on up and down the order. But the front four, this has been where it's all the action at this stage. And Elaine has been really, really solid on Conrad making the push. We look a little bit further back down the order to another little battle going on. I believe this is Scotland and Parry here, 15th and 16th place.
Quite possibly. It's battles throughout the field here, of course, as we look at the 7-2-3. That's Gaz Pearson, currently running in 19th place, battling with Tommy Champion. Of course, all these riders battling for championship points. We're just over halfway through the race now. And that battle for first place still charging away, but plenty of action throughout the field here. As we again look at some midfield battles here, that could well be is that the number 467 that was, Taylor Garner Cook, currently in 17th place. Back to the leaders though. And there we see the 22 of Johnson in third position. Now, there's Elaine second. Now, it looks to me like Dean Quincy's got this first part of the track sorted out, but second part of the lap, everyone catches him up.
Yeah, Johnson's just dropped back into fourth place then, and that's key, as it looks like we've seen more battling going on in the mid-pack at the moment from about fifth place on backwards. So this front four really looking nice at the moment. Got 4 laps to go then in this one, and Quincy has got about half a second's worth to play with. This is ideal at the moment. Half a second doesn't seem like much around this place. That can be closed up in the blink of an eye, but if you're at half a second, you can't be attacked at half a second. You can only be closed up to on half a second.
Well, Quincy seems very quick on that first half of the lap. Now, of course, Dervin Elaine in second place, starting to regain that advantage on the second half of the lap, this very fast part of the track, and he really is closing up on Quincy. I noticed with Quincy, just a moment ago, the catch tray on the sump of that bike looked a bit loose. We'll just try and see that in the camera shot in a moment. There's Elaine takes the lead. Yeah, there's that. Shouldn't really affect him too much, though. But Quincy just seemed to lose a bit of pace going into that final corner.
It's off.
Oh, it's come off, yeah. Now, that shouldn't affect him too much in terms of the bike. You want to, of course, put that back on. That's to catch any sort of the sump guard, basically, just to catch any fluids from the machine. They're all supposed to run them as they get bulked by the back marker. Oh, this is going to get tight.
Turn 3 is always a tough place to go and make one happen, and just like that, Quincy's done it again, and straight
Elaine,
back out of it
bad
there.
luck.
Elaine there running into all sorts of trouble, and is now on the back, and you can see the frustration there. Hand on the bike going, oh, that was my chance.
Yeah, that's bad luck there for Dean Quincy. Just came across the back marker at the wrong stage. That's the 06, I think, a bit further back. Maybe Dean Widdowson possibly running his own race, of course, as the leaders go through. Quincy, now, of course, this is a bad part of the track as well, because they're all going pretty quick down here. And Elaine just got to, and Johnson has also got to bide their time here, because the back marker not really much slower down that back straight, which, of course, is great news for Dean Quincy. And Michael Nealons, of course, in that little melee, has gone through to second. We'll see the lap charts update in just a moment. 2 laps to go. And one of the factors here, of course, is when a lead is coming through. Oh, this is the battle just on the edge of the top 10, which is getting close as well. We've got Bearson, Riley, Gardner all in there as we look again at Ben Johnson trying to recover from their incident with the back marker. One of the problems here, of course, is when the leader comes through, the riders at the back of the field, they may not know they're coming into the faster riders. Once the leader goes through, they'll be almost preconditioned to expect faster riders. So sometimes you get that incident where the leader has a bit more work to do.
You certainly do, but the leader has 1.6 seconds now, does Dean Quincy, and with only a couple of laps to go, this is looking like it's going to be put under lock and key. But I want to have a look at that 5th place on backward scrap if it's possible. Got Bearson in there, Riley, Moore, Gardner, White, Smith, Goffin, all there within a range right now. And at the moment, there's 7 riders looking at maybe 6 top 10 places. Now, what's key is as well, because this is a Group B race here, as we'll have a lap and a little bit to go now here, Chris. The key is that they're fighting for minor points, maybe 10 points, 5 points, 1 point that they'll be looking for right now as they go on to the last lap. Anyone's to play for the top 5.
All to play for. We just saw the 2.54 of Nathan Gardner as we go into the last lap. Moving up to 5th place now, Ben Riley, Stu Bearson, Anthony Moore, all very close. Every point matters, of course. We're just going into the second part of the season. So in this first moto of the day, looking just to try and gain a few positions here. All very close indeed between 5th and 10th place. Jamie Goffin on the 7.50, just a little bit further back. Dean Quincy, of course, barring any disaster. We don't want to invoke the commentator's curse, of course, but 2 seconds going into that final lap. He's got things under control at the moment, of course. But look at this battle here on the edge of the top 10. We just saw the 1.69 of Ben Riley. They're coming through Luna Bend for the final time. There's the race leader, Quincy. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll let you call this one in, Jake, as trouble for one rider on the last. That's Luna Bend on that top 10 battle. Rider okay.
Not ideal, but down the hill, Dean Quincy, not much you can argue, had to stave off the challenge. It was a hard-fought battle, but the 2.87 will take to the line, and this will be a very, very important win in Group B, mainly due to the fact that Quincy lies 21st in the championship, and those are going to be big points. I'll be looking for retirement in the next event. Riders coming to the line. It looks like Moore has just jumped up into 6th. Bearson gets 7th in the end. White 8th, Goffin to 9th, and Smith will round out the top 10.
I think the rider we lost on that Luna Bend on the final lap was Ben Riley, who drops down the field there. I think that is Ben Riley there, actually, just in the tyre barriers. Rider is okay, though, just ruining on opportunity missed. Great final lap there from Dervin Lane, who had that trouble with 2 laps to go. Fastest lap of the race on the final lap as he tried to catch up on Dean Quincy, 1.7 seconds at the end. Michael Nealons was there or thereabouts for the entire race to finish in 3rd place. Ben Johnson, I think, a little bit unlucky in that instant with the back mark to drop down to 4th place, 7 seconds adrift. He could have been a factor. I'm sure he'll be back for Moto 2. So that was a very thrilling Group B